I was showing the exhibitor, hey, look at all the features, look what you can do in here, how easy it is to scan. And he just said, I have been using a pen and paper. This is amazing. I mean, it was just very tangible in that moment. What a game changer that was for the vendors.
Kristin, were there any Eventify features that you feel have been like a game changer across all the events that you've done? Like some features that you genuinely felt like were really helpful to you?
Obviously, having the app on site, like I said, not every service necessarily comes with the app. And I think that attendees really appreciate being able to have the schedule in their hand. I talked about that, having the schedule, being able to do those updates, be able to do the push notifications is really important. Um, we just recently had an event in October, and we had sponsors and exhibitors at this event. That's not the case for all of our events. Not everyone has those, but whenever we do have exhibitors or sponsors, I would try to walk them through what that lead capture is. And on this particular event, I was showing the exhibitor, hey, look at all the features, look what you can do in here, how easy it is to scan. And he just said, I have been using a pen and paper. This is amazing. I mean, it was just very tangible in that moment. What a game changer that was for the vendors, which really elevates the process for everyone, because our client is getting a great experience, and their vendors who are giving them feedback of, wow, like I just scan your attendees and I have the information. I download it at the end. We work with them to update the questions. What would work better for you for questions in there. So I really like the lead scanning. The other thing I really like is that speakers and exhibitors have the ability to go in and amend their own profiles. I think that's a really nice feature. They can add in their own, they can update their profile, add in their own photos. If they want to add any speaker forms, if they have a sale during the event, I think that's great that they can manage all of that, add additional, booth attendees, and then that translates over to the guest, which is great because they can just click on the booth, see who's there. So those are some of my favorite features.
What has been the attendee experience like when it comes to working with the technology?
Everyone always loves the easy check-in process. And that's the first thing we get. Nearly every event that we have hosted where we've used Eventify, everyone just says, wow, this is just really organized. That's what I love. And they're really amazed. I mean, they love that they're checking in with a QR code, that it prints instantly, and that they can make the changes. So the people are really receptive to that. I know I keep saying it, but obviously the ability to view their schedules and see changes, people are really enjoy that feature. Recently, we had our client ask us, like, we really want to work on getting our attendees more engaged during an event. Like, and how do we do that? And so this was our first time using it, but we used gamification on our last event. And we incorporated that, we had our sponsors sponsor some prizes. We did some fun things where they took pictures throughout the event. And it really changed that event because people were getting onto the socials for the first time and adding pictures to the gallery and talking to each other on the socials. So it became a very engaged event, exactly what our client was looking for, which was fantastic. They loved the prizes. There was some competitiveness in it, which was fun to watch. And then it carried over because we had so many people involved. When we did our surveys at the end, our surveys doubled. The number of people during that event that did surveys doubled because they were on the platform. They were engaged. And so I think people really respond to it, and we learn from each event. So that was our first time using the gamification. And then now I know that's, how to use it and the way people react to it. And I can bring that to another client. Like, hey, let's give this a try.